Good morning. I'm coming to you from my women's co-work space. We're actually on the roof, which is quite beautiful. I think it's going to be fully open by the summertime. But today we are talking about how to multiply your time to be more productive. It's Time Management Tuesday, so we're always offering tips on how to be more productive, especially as it relates to leadership. Number one is to track your time. Laura Vanderkam, who is an author and an expert on time management, encourages women leaders especially, just for 1 week to write down what you did hour by hour, maybe you even do it in the half-hour increments, to see where your time is going. We're so keen to always complain like, oh, I don't have time to write that book. I don't have time to work out. But what this exercise actually forces you to do is two things. One is that you overestimate how much you actually work. And number two is to see where there's pockets of time where you could in fact be writing that book or that blog or anything else that it is that you've been procrastinating on. Number two tip of the day is peak time. What exactly is peak time? P-E-A-K is how you spell it. Ari Meisel, who's a productivity expert, I was at his workshop 2 weeks ago, and he talks about peak time being those 1 or 2 hours a day when you are the most productive, when you're probably doing your best writing, when you're doing your best strategic thinking. And the key is to really build your day to protect that peak time. Mine actually ends up being between 8 and 9 p.m. Ironically, I'm usually out pressing the flesh and meeting people at networking events or at dinners because I'm building this movement that I've created. But I always thought that my peak time was in the mornings, and actually it's not. So I'm trying to get home a little bit earlier now and be home by 8 o'clock to do that strategic thinking about my next day and maybe even do a little bit of writing. So if you want to know what peak time is or what your peak time is, you can go to the App Store, the Apple App Store, and just download Peak Time, P-E-A-K-T-I-M-E. You basically need to hit the screen 10 times very quickly and it spits out exactly what your peak time is. So number one is to track your time. Number two is to track your peak time and make sure you protect it. All right, next Friday, we are hosting a virtual workshop because increasingly LadyDrinks members are not in the New York metro area. And the topic is stepping into your spotlight. When you start a brand, when you start a product, when you start a service, you as a person are usually inextricably linked to that brand, product, or service. And your why, Simon Sinek always talks about find your why. Your why is why people buy from you, not necessarily your what. So we really want to drive home how you can step into the spotlight and give you some actionable tools if you are finding that there's some resistance around the fact that you want to be the face of your brand. So that's a virtual workshop next Friday at noon, and the details are on LadyDrinks.com, or you can go to Eventbrite.com, and you can always DM me. If you like the content that you're seeing here, please hit the like button and you'll get a bell notification every single time I upload a new video. Every day of the week is themed, and we are really just trying to build some support systems to make you a better leader. Have a great Tuesday.